just a matter of a few weeks ago, we happened to be in Israel, and we met and talked to their National Cyber Directorate, is Dr. Evitar Montanya, for a cyber subcommittee meeting. He actually came over, and we had, it was Senator Rounds who was with me at that time, and of course he chairs the subcommittee, and we had a meeting that I think was pretty productive. That Dr. Montano is very careful not to say that perhaps there might be doing something better there than we're doing. He said it's much more complex in the United States because of the size and all of that. But he also pointed out three things that were significant, and I just wondered if you had any thoughts, or if you studied their system, and maybe some other countries too. So what they're doing.
With the case of Dr. Montanya, there's a reason why every time I'm in Tel Aviv, I see him, and every time he's in the United States, he sees us.
I knew that's the case. He said the same thing.
From each other, and in fact, we are talking about some potential test cases that we could use with a new team in place, so we'll see how that plays out over time. But I look to him. One of the things that I have learned in my journey in cyber is there is no one single organization, group, or entity that has all the answers. So it's about the power of partnerships here, and how do you create a system that enables you to gain insight and knowledge from a whole host of partners, some within the United States, outside the United States, within the government, the academic world, industry. He's one example of the power of that to me.
Yeah, I kind of got that impression too. When General Alexander was in that position, he spent some time out at the University of Tulsa, and I know there are many other schools too. The chairman asked the question, are we having access to the people that are going to become necessary to staff this new, very serious problem that we have? Is there an effort going back to some of these schools and to promote the programs as were promoted in that particular university?
Oh, there is. Between NSA and Cyber Command, we have relationships right now with over 200 academic institutions around the United States, because that's in part the future workforce for us. Although one thing I try to highlight is be leery of creating a cyber force where everyone is cookie cutters. We need to get a broad range of skills and experience here. And some people are going to be really good at this, and they won't necessarily have advanced education, but they've spent much of their personal life in this. So we've got to build a construct where we can get that full spectrum of capability.
And you know, we look and we see what some of these countries are doing. Putin, when he came in after their parliamentary election, and they didn't have any communists for the first time in 96 years, he started doing things in addition to just the coming in and declaring a level of warfare. He also started working, and apparently, according to Poroshenko, they have used cyber capabilities to attack the Ukrainian government more than 6,500 times over the last 2 months. So this is something that is happening, not just, it's happening all over the world.
Sure.
And you see something like the example in Ukraine that didn't take any lead time, and all of a sudden they're already inflicting that type of harm, and I'm sure that you're right on top of everything that's happening.
We're trying.
With us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Admiral, for your public service. In response to Senator Reid, you said that you were aware